This time on the creepy old men who try to attack and capture Mio. I hope that doesn't happen. I hope it doesn't live up to the name, you know? I just don't want that to occur. Honestly, I felt like they could have made a move the past few episodes. Well, actually, they couldn't, the way that it's been, but it's been hinted for multiple that they are going to. So, realistically, they can strike at any moment. I'm hoping it doesn't happen again here. I'm hoping it gets another fine, calming, fun, cute, wholesome episode. I don't know. Just something, give us another week at least before you decide to go at us. And maybe they won't even get to her, you know? Maybe Kudo fights him off and he's able to do stuff. But Weird Glasses Boy, what's his name? Arata? I think that's his name. He seems to be up to some shit, and I'm a little, a little nervous about him and how he's gonna do this, isolating Mio almost from Kudo and probably everybody else, trying to do things to separate them and whatever his role in all of this is. It seems like he's got something that he's working for individually, but he's also like working with others. Like, it's weird. So I don't know. He's an interested one though, so I am excited to see what he's up to. But hopefully it's nothing too crazy. If you like it all, hit the like and subscribe to me a lot. To me, feel free to stick around for the discussion. Leave in the comments with this episode of series. So let's go on to episode 9. I've awoken in a man's arms, but it is not my husband. Something is wrong. These subs are way better than the ones I usually get. What the fuck? For bothering him. He just didn't want you to get hurt, yeah. You let your guard down. I might take you next time. Wonder if Hazuki could fight. I think she's strong. She gives me strong woman energy. See, when you say it like that, it makes me think that you're not out to get her. Like, I don't get you. He did have that weird moment by the tree, and he was like, "Oh, I got like something I gotta protect her. This is like my duty. Like, I have to do this." And like, "Don't worry, I'll accomplish that." Whatever he said, I don't know. But it was like some weird shit that made me think he has like this connection, like almost to her and like protecting that family line. But at the same time, everything else he does goes against that idea. So I don't know where he stands. Drowning in dreams, yeah? At least they're not nightmares, right? But drowning in itself is kind of one, so I don't get it. Well, there's only one choice. No shot. Yeah, I don't think literally anybody could have.
ミオは異能を持たない。仮にだが、ミオの中に通っている薄化けの血が自身の体に悪影響を与えている可能性があるのだとしたら。
Oh, I don't think I ever looked at it that way.
母親と死別していて、薄化に
And then Mio didn't have anything, so there's no info on the mom either, so.
たとえ聞いても話してくれるかどうか。
Well, you gotta try.
以前にも増して自分の気持ちを隠しているように見える。
Right. What a tail. Wow. Oh, it's all curled up. Don't get into a fight with it, you'll fucking die. That's what Gojo from Dress Up Darling is gonna look like when he gets older.
もう人里に到達したというのか。我々の予測を軽く超えてきましたね。もう宮内省には任せてられませんよ。どうして何度も何度も悪夢ばかり見るの。
It's gonna come to a point that it's like, not even, oh, I can't sleep because of these nightmares and I keep waking up. It's gonna be like, I don't wanna sleep because I don't wanna have them again.
これじゃあの頃に逆戻りね。あれからお勉強の時間もすっかり減らされてしまった。せっかくお勉強の機会をいただけたというのに。
We're in no rush over here.
では、お弁当をご用意してお届けに上がりますね。
No, don't bring it, yeah. Ah! This poor girl. But she does need a rest. Yeah, anything at all, please speak. It's almost like that's intentional. like the determination, my guy.
今日はユリエがお
Damn.
願いしようと思っておりましたのに、台所に行ったらすでに仕込み終わっているんですもの。まだ本調子じゃないで。
But I want to be useful.
私ね、料理は本当にダメなの。
Even you have something you're bad at?
料理の成績はからっきして。嫁ぎ先でも大変でしたね。
Well, that's why they didn't fucks with
それは
you.
言わないでって。あれは本当に後悔してるんだ。
Listen, I'd eat anything that you cook. That's all I'm saying.
私の人生で唯一の後悔。私の結婚の話よ。夫は優しくていい人でね。幸せだった。
At the time or always?
でもね、夫の家族とうまくいかない。
Family issues, huh?
私の家事のできなさや人としての未熟さが理想の嫁とはかけ離れていたんでしょうね。うちにお互い感情的になって大喧嘩の末離婚が決まったわ。結局私にとって一番大切な家族との関係を失ってしまった。
Cool.
できることがもっとあったかも。自分の欠点から逃げないで克服しようと頑張っているミオちゃんを
Yep.
とても尊敬しているわ。
Awesome.
そんな。だからこれからはね、私みたいな後悔がないように、ミオちゃん自身の気持ちを大事にしてほしいな。
Live without the regrets. Cool.
これからどうしたい？どんな風に生きたい？私はどう生きたいかなんて今まで考えたことありませんでした。でもこれだけは決まっています。何？ここにいたいのです。
I want to be here. Perfect. And that's the perfect first step for us to take.
何を思われている猫は本当に幸せ者だわ。
What'd you get for us, bro? Well, there's nobody by that name in here.
隣よろしいですか？
Of course. Love when the man's lets the hair down, you know?
旦那様にとって葉月さんはどんな存在ですか？
そういえば昔のことをあまり話して。
Maybe if you open a little bit up about yourself, she'll open up about her, you know?
そういう感情では成り立っていないのだろうな。同じ関係
The
で
action out of Mio.
お互い考えていることはわかるし、
Right.
遠慮も気遣いも。もう少しこちらに寄れ。
はい。
Close the distance.
寂しいなら寂しいと、辛いなら辛いと言ってくれ。言ってくれなければわからない。
私は寂しいなんて。
そうか、私は寂しいが。
You're not, cause I am.
お前は寂しくないのか？
寂しいです。
But she doesn't want to, you know, tell you that and make you worry more and, you know.
私に寄りかかればいい。
Yeah.
もっと本心を言え。わがままになれ。
Be more selfish. I love that.
自分の感情をさらけ出して甘えてもいいんだ。そうして支え合うのが家族だろう。
That's what a family does.
だけど
He is a very kind
本当
man.
に甘えてしまったら工藤家の奥様にきっとなれない。自分の問題くらい自分で
Mio, no, no, no.
家族を支える資格なんて。
ごめんください。
I get the mindset, but no.
お待たせいたしました。どちら
No, Arta, go away. Go away.
いえ、出勤しております。
Oh, perfect then.
おかしいな。今日は非番と聞いていたの。一時期結構な噂になっていたんですよ。あの工藤さんについに婚姻していたと。
Don't get all embarrassed now.
そのものなんですね。
Huh?
どうしてですか？
ミオさん、あなたが今どんな顔色をしているか分かっていますか？こないだだって今日だってこうしてほったらかしじゃないですか。ほら。
Are you trying to...
こんなにやつれているというのに。
What?
旦那様は悪くありません。
倒れるまで頑張らせるなんて本当にどうかして。
No, dude. Oh my god.
の価値を分かってない。くだらない。 ろくに話もしないのに、毎日毎日姿勢だとか、お茶だとか。
これは私が望んでやっていること。
Right.
旦那様は協力してください。
Yes, dude.
悪く言わないで
大丈夫ですか？出過ぎたことを言いました。もう、
No, I don't forgive you. You're being weird, bro. Go away.
いません。
失礼な態度だったのは自分の方。
Yes, go away now.
でも、俺はあなたに、あなただけの役割をあげられます。いつでも連絡してください。興味があれば。では
Go burn that shit. No, do not accept that.
私だけの役割。
A place for me? Just me? No. No.
作戦の準備を進めるまでだ。
So he was, he knew to come here.
心配いらない。
今日は遅刻してしまってすいませんでした。
I had to make a
二番だと思っ
stop.
ていたもので、うっかり工藤さんのお宅に伺って、
Oh, okay, maybe he didn't though.
あなたの婚約者のミオさんにお会いしました。丁寧なご挨拶をいただきましたよ。さすが工藤さんの婚約者です。
I kind of want her for myself.
あんな風に扱うのは感心しませんね。
は？
ミオさん、ひどい顔色でしたよ。どんどんひどくなって、街
She
中で
literally
倒れかけ
passed
ていた
out,
のを
dude.
俺
Yeah.
が助けたんです。
なんだと？
あなたは何も分かっていない。
She doesn't tell you
あなた
anything
にはミオ
either.
さんが見えていないのでは。いや、見る気もないのでしょう。肝心な時に彼女のそばにいなかったのがその証です。
戸籍がない者がいた。
Uh-oh.
名は鶴木澄。
That might be our person. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, okay, now the tree scenes make a little bit more sense. And his actions.
お帰りな
My
さい。
girl is out of it.
私で迎えもせず。
Mm,
申し訳あり。旦那様。
please settle down.
なぜだ？なぜこんなにも痩せる？
Mm.
どうして倒れたことを隠す？
それはその。
お前が夜な夜なうなされているのを私が知らないと思うか？私は言ったはずだ。何でも言えと、甘えろと。
You don't have to do this together or alone.
そんなに私が信用ならないか？
Mm,
旦那様の手を煩わせたくなかったのです。
but he wants you to be selfish.
それはお前の方だろう。
You're also the one making him tired because he's stressed over this.
機会など与えるのではなかった。
Ha.
旦那様、ひどいです。
Yeah, we shouldn't have said that.
こんな風に、
Mm.
こんな話をしたかったわけでは。
私はただ。
Only wanted to do it for you.
いや、サイモリの人間と変わらないではないか。
No, there's a very far distinction, but
あの男の
I
言
get
う
it.
通りか。
gotta see some shit you don't want when you flip that over. Oh, my man's on the move, bro. He doesn't even care. You're gonna fuck shit up.
剣から全てを聞き出して、必ず
And we're bringing her.
ミオの苦しみを終わらせてやる。
It's a strong declaration. A lot of really cool things kind of presented here. And or at least discussed, I guess, between the characters, looks into each of them, their mindsets, the reasons why they're doing things or how they feel about certain things. And I think it does a really excellent job kind of conveying that. And it leaves you in like a really weird place as the viewer, at least for me. I mean, I don't know if anybody else is getting the same feeling, but for me, it leaves me in a bad spot because it's one of those classic situations where I could sit here right now and tell you like a simple solution for how all this could be fixed in a perfect world, right? But that's not necessarily the likely scenario. And even if it is, actually it probably is the likely scenario. The problem is it's one of those things that's way easier said than done. It's easy as hell for me to sit here and tell you Miu needs to be more open and trusting and selfish and actually like claim these things that she wants and outwardly speak the way that she's feeling and the things that are happening to her and all this, right? It's easy for me to say that type of stuff. It's easy for me to say the same thing with Kudo and the things that he wants in his situation, but it's not as easy for actually being that person in these situations, to kind of wrap your head around that, or actually like take that dive and actually go for it and do that. A lot of times it's like a pride thing that gets in the way. Mio's situation feels more like a trauma thing that's kind of getting in the way, and a fear of, you know, possibly losing it all at that point. And it's just it's a struggling situation, like for me to kind of, and everybody, I guess, for everybody to kind of observe and watch here, because it's one of those things that is a little bit more simple in how it gets solved. It's just really, really, really difficult being in those situations with things that have happened in people's past and the way that people are kind of just acting. It makes it really hard for one to kind of come clean and actually say these things. Communication is like such an important thing. Like complete open communication is so important in these things. And a lot of times it doesn't happen because of situations like this, because other people have things, or just like slight changes in mindsets and stuff, and things that they hide from other people for reasons that they think is a proper reason for doing what they're doing. And it causes some conflicts and some problems and stuff there, which is really shitty. It happens though. Like, it's not like you can kind of put the blame on anybody here, because what are you supposed to do? Tell Mio you have to just be open, get over your damn trauma? Like, we can't, it doesn't work like that, you know? It's not easy to do. It doesn't matter. Kudo sat there and told her to lean on him more and actually like tell him these things and you know, rely on him. It doesn't matter. She's still gonna have these internal things where she really struggles to come forward and do that, where she's really nervous that if she drops this mask in a way of the way that she's trying to present herself and better herself and turn into this other person, and really comes clean with all these things that have happened and going on in her life and who she, I guess, really is, at the end of the day, going to ruin him and he'll become disillusioned, and that's not what you want, right? The problem is he knows a lot more about her than she's already aware of, but it's one of those things on her end, she doesn't actually piece all that together and get it, and it's also hard for her to outwardly state these things. It creates the big conflicts and problems. But like I said, it's one of those things you have to be understanding of it, because I could sit here and be frustrated over it, but at least there's valid reasons. She easily could have been doing this like without having these past things and other stuff that's happened with her, right? Like, she easily could just like not have valid reasons, and it could simply be like a prideful thing for why she's acting the way she is, which is like one of the worst ways that it can be. So the fact that there's actual like strong reasoning, in my opinion, for why she's the way that she is, like, it's okay. The big point of the episode is mainly Arata and his inclusion and things that he's kind of bringing to the table here. I don't know what I want to say. At first I was thinking, when they presented the thing with the tree and whatever his speech and his saying and stuff was last episode, I was wondering what exactly he was talking about, who he was talking to, what exactly he felt he was being tasked with and he was trying to protect and do. And then his conversation with Mio made me, like, when he showed up to the house, made me strongly believe he was doing it to separate her from Kudo because he wanted her like to himself, and he was not necessarily going the route of, we're just trying to get her away from his family and protecting them like from something. Like, he wanted to be a part of this and have relation in a way here to this powerful bloodline. But it turns out, at least from what we're seeing, that he has relation to her already, or he had a relation to her mom already, whether he was like a sibling of her or they were married and together or whatever the case was, like prior to Mio's dad, which I guess wouldn't make sense because Buddy's young as hell, but who knows? We do live in a world with supernatural things, so you never know what the case could be. I think it's more likely he was like a sibling of her, or maybe he's Mio's sibling, you know? Maybe we just don't know that. Maybe she had a kid prior to Mio, right? Who knows? And that's him, and then they're actually like related or something, and he's doing his best job to kind of keep her away from everybody else and protect her. Maybe he has good intentions. I don't think so, but I'm just curious what he is. He has a relation to her in some sort of way, evident by the last names and stuff that we end up finding out. Hopefully there's more info than what we were able to dig up so far on this person, now that we have like an actual last name to be looking forward to here as well. Maybe we can dig up some more info on some other people and people a part of this family, and maybe find out some stuff that we need. He's really good at getting under people's skin here though, and getting to them. hitting them where it hurts and actually hitting them with like good lines to kind of get at them and turning everything on them, like turning everything that Mio wants to do as she's properly like attempting and trying to do to, in her mind at least, better herself and better herself for her family and Kudo, but instead he flips that all on her or all on him and acts like he's the one forcing it onto her, and she struggles to kind of speak up for herself here, and he just like constantly hits every single thing. Even when she can speak up and say, I'm just doing it for myself, he like has something to come back at her with every time. And he's really good. He came very prepared for these arguments, especially the thing like everything with Kudo. He's got people on edge. And I mean, we even see at the end how panicked Kudo gets, and he literally drags Mio with him. He's like, I can't leave her alone now, and he brings her along too. We might find out some really cool shit next week. I'm actually excited. Trying to find the Arta conversation from last week at that tree so I can see exactly what he said. Basically, he just talks about a protector, him being the protector, and after all, this is his duty of whatever, now that the awakening has begun. Protector of her, or maybe the bloodline, I'm assuming at this point, and now he's taking it upon himself, despite what the Emperor and everybody else kind of is like seemingly wanting him to do. It seems as though he's taking on full responsibility here, so it makes me believe he's like fully invested in this family, and he's doing this on his own to kind of isolate her and protect that line to the best of his ability. At least that's what I'm getting. I love Kudo coming home here at the beginning and in a panic as, you know, to what happened with Mio and why she's the way that she is. And then just the conversation that we get about him, the things he's feeling and his concern about her not opening up or telling him anything and not knowing exactly what to do in these situations, and being able to use his sister or somebody to talk to about these things. I really like something I didn't notice a lot, and I'm noticing very much now this episode. It was very, I don't know, it was in my sight for the most of it. Maybe it was because I became really aware to it. The extra, like the shading that they use for like the different tone on the hair on every single character is all too much for me. Like it's not, doesn't come off as natural. Like it literally just looks like they put an entire circle around the head. And I know like some shows definitely do that because I've seen it in plenty others before, but it's really weird to me. Maybe it was just this episode, or maybe it was just because like became very obvious to me, but it looks fine like from a distance like this on all the characters, but when you get like close-up shots of them, it looks really weird. We see our little spirit boys arrive a little earlier than they should, and they beat the fuck out of this guy. So they're on their move. They're making waves a lot earlier than I guess everybody's really thought, and they're really going to be coming now. So Kudo's really panicked with everything that's happened with Mio, and now having to be able to operate all of this. It's a lot for him to do. So while we're sitting here stressed over what's happening with Mio and her overworking herself and trying too much and everything else going on, Kudo's got a lot on his plate too, and Mio very much realizes that, and that's why she's acting of the way that she is, and she's not asking of things of him and trying to put more things on him, because she's well aware. Nice little talk here with Hazuki about her backstory and what exactly has happened with her and her family. She basically seemed to get along really well with her husband, and he seemed to be a genuinely good guy, almost like Kudo in a way. But the family and the people around her are the ones that kind of caused conflict and things like that, because she wasn't as prepared and as good of a housewife in a way that she should have been, I guess, and this caused problems whenever she broke things or didn't cook things up to par and whatever the issues might have been, right? Causing issues, and he was always there for her and tried to help her, but one day, you know, things get to a certain point, they get a little emotional, and here you go your separate ways and decide that it's best for everybody. I figured at this moment she would be like, I use this as an opportunity to really refine myself and get better, and that's why she's able to teach these things and stuff that she's doing now. Well, that's likely the case, and she did do that. Her actually noticing that it's really important for her to be with family, and that's the place that she actually wants to be. So it's not necessarily the marriage and everything that she regrets. It's more of the idea that she left her family behind in these moments, and the people that she does want to be with and be around, which is very cool. I love to actually see that, because Mio has that feeling where she's like, I don't have anybody, and she has a reaction to that, because she really doesn't. She doesn't have like that family or people that she actually was like, oh, I wish I could go back or be with them, you know. But the more she thinks about it, she's like, the thing I want is to be here. I want to be here with the people that I'm with right now and the people that are around me. It makes me very happy to be with them, right? this is a big step. That's finally something that she's outwardly speaking. I want this. I want to do this. Before, we had one other thing, and I think it was her asking to be taught lessons and stuff, right? And now, and that's also just because she felt like she needed to improve herself. This really feels like a first I want to be here moment, which it was before, actually, I guess, when she got captured before, and she was saying that she does want to go home, and she was like happy and stood her ground and everything. But still, another big declaration in a way, and I'm very happy that she kind of had something to say like that. Also, the idea that Hazuki wasn't like great at all this stuff beforehand, and not this type of person that Mio looks up to and admires so much right now, is a really good thing, because it allows her to also see that they're, you know, not everybody has been like this their entire life and just naturally is good, and you're like so far behind, right? You have time as you get older and as you continue to develop and train and learn, right? So to take it a little bit more slowly and get around to that. I love Kudo kind of forcing her to get a little bit closer here, and then them having this close moment, and him, I love this, especially, be more selfish and I'll accept you as a whole, like asking her to please, you know, allow him to be that person that she leans on, and allow her to be a bit more free and open and ask for things that she wants to do and actually do the things that she wants to, and outwardly like speak her mind and say these things. It's a reassurance thing almost, that I'm not going to be upset. I'm not going to be mad no matter what you do or say, which, you know, she's going to fall into the trap of he's lying or not lying, but I don't know if I can like believe in that. And then also her other things that she has going on in her head that forces her to kind of stay back and not actually do that. Her concern of reaching out when she already knows he has too much on his plate and stuff like that. But I do like him actually trying to get her to be like, please just show me your emotions. Allow yourself to depend on me. Just all the lines that he does is fantastic. Calling them a family. That's exactly what they do. We're here to support each other. Really, really good. But her being in concern that she literally can't do that, and she can't allow herself to do that, which is, ugh, it sucks. It's unfortunate, but no hate towards her at all. Shitty moment with Arta and attacking her and her ways of the things that she's trying to do and how she's kind of making her sick as a result of it, but kind of blaming it all on Kudo as a result, and being like, I can save you, I can take you out, all that shitty things. But he's good as hell at what he does. And then finally we make our plans and motions to stop the other shit that's going on, but he's putting more things into our mind, telling us that he already knows about her and, you know, all the things that he's been there for. I would never let her be alone, and I'd always be by her side. All of this. And I promise I'll take her off your hands. Like, that's so fucked, but it's so good. Kudo pieces things together. We figure out the relation of the family thing I talked about earlier, and the tough moment with them here. Mio is like absolutely out of it here, and Kudo is trying his hardest to break through. Unfortunately, in this moment, he says some harsh things. He says some things that he probably shouldn't, and he pushed too far, especially in the moment where he's like, maybe I shouldn't have asked, or maybe I shouldn't have allowed you to do these things, which is unfortunate because they're the things that she actually asked for and things that she actually wanted to do. She wanted to do it for you and for others, and now you're putting her down for doing those. So it's really shitty, but he doesn't mean it. It's just the way he phrased it. It's the way he put it out there. He means well when he's saying that allowing you to do all these things as a result has harmed you more in the process. It's not a good thing. I shouldn't have allowed you to do this because of how hard it's like become for you and how ill and stuff you've become. But that's the unfortunate reality to it, right? It's actually the truth, but the hardest part is the fact that he outwardly had to say this to her, and the way that he worded it makes it come off like he made a mistake and that she's not living up to expectations or able to take on these tasks and the things that she asked for, you know? So how am I supposed to tell you these things I want and rely on you if you're just going to take them away and shit on me for like what I've kind of done, you know? It's a difficult thing for them to kind of go between and do. And then our end sequence of Kudo being pissed. He's like, all right, I gotta go fucking do something about this guy. Really good episode. Drives us really forward. I feel narratively gives us some good understanding of some characters and their intentions and the things that have happened to them in the past and stuff. And I liked it a lot, and I'm actually very excited now to see Arto especially. Usually, like, I'm just like, I hate this guy, I don't want to see anything, but I really do want to know more about him and his backstory and things regarding him and his family and his relation to Mio and whatever, right? I'm curious, and I want to learn more about him, so I'm very excited for next week. If you liked it all, hit the like and subscribe to me, launch me. Feel free to check out the other videos on the channel. Leave any comments on the best episode or series. I'll be back for episode 10 next week. You guys have a good one, though. Peace.